Super hot and super humid, so I'm excited to do this.
That's good because we are live and on the air right now. Welcome to Omnibroslive, where we've got almost a full panel tonight of OmniBros. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault here on Omnibroslive. We've got right here, we've got from A Week in Geekdom, Gio. Gio, how's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty well. How about yourselves? To the chat and everybody else in between, welcome to another installment. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. And then next to him, right there, Gabe from Gabe Infinity Watch. How's it going, buddy?
You caught me off guard, man. I see myself on the other side of Gio.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Omar's coming up next. What kind of stupid remark is Omar going to make? And then it was me.
I don't have any remarks anymore now.
And that gentleman from Near Mint Condition is Omar. My good buddy, how you doing?
Good, good. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining us for this awesome edition of Omnibroslive. And I say awesome because we're here.
We are here, and we're happy to be here. We are happy to be here.
Yes, we are. We are very happy to be here.
One of those reasons we're happy to be here is because this show is brought to you by our favorite place to buy books from. That's InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an Omnibros Live discount code that we don't know when it's going to be yet. It's coming, though. We promise, but we don't know when. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the USA. Fabulous customer service. That's Emily. She's awesome. And fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. We love them. They tolerate us. It's great. So it works out. We're like buddies. So there we go.
We have T-shirts of them.
We are like buddies.
Yeah, we do have T-shirts of them. Yeah. We know Emily.
So what do you guys want to do? Hauls or reads first? What do you guys want to talk about?
Well, somebody has a super haul, I hear. So.
I have a pretty good haul, but it sounds like Gabe has like a monster haul, so we're gonna have to really keep it tight so that we don't go till midnight on our hauls. So let's try.
Let's try the guy that always has massive hauls.
No,
all of a sudden he wants the time allocated.
No, I don't want. I just I just want to make sure we don't. Well, whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't care. That's fine.
Do whatever you want is the last famous words you're going to say. All right, Gabe, go ahead and kick it off. If we need to break your haul up in between, Jess and I can go in between you.
No, I'll burn through it. It's a little bit of everything. So, oh shit, there's one more thing. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. One of the things I got though is amazing, and I'm saving it special for the end of my haul segment. So,
okay, cool.
Get ready for that. All right, so.
I hope it's a stack of Wizard magazines.
There's a spinner rack behind me full of them already, but so what's going on here? The reason my haul is so big is I've been gone for the last 2 weeks for work doing comic book conventions across the country. Went to Chicago, went down to Anaheim, California, did C2E2, did WonderCon. So, and in those travels, what's great about working at a booth and being a retailer at convention, you get hooked up to all kinds of stuff. So good deals, you get kind of first dibs, things like that. So I kind of took full advantage of that, and found some great stuff just in general throughout my travels. I got under a really big Sonic the Hedgehog kick, so I picked up Volume 1.
Nice.
And Volume 2 of, this is the current IDW Sonic the Hedgehog run. Art's fantastic. Storyline is fun. I didn't get a chance to read much of it, but I picked up issues here and there before, and it's pretty good.
So it's not the classic Archie stuff. It's the new run from IDW.
Yeah, the new run. I don't think I have any of the original Archie stuff. I got a lot of the original Mega Man stuff from Archie. I got almost that whole run. But none of the Sonic stuff, because it was like almost 300 issues when they lost the license. So there was a lot of stuff to kind of read back on.
There's 300 issues of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, Sonic.
Wow.
And then that's not even counting the other series, Sonic Universe.
It's been going on for a while.
For a long time. Yeah.
I am way out of the loop on that.
It was, at that point, the longest running numerical order series. Because of all the relaunches and things like that, Sonic was number one for chronological numbering next to, I'm going to say, Savage Dragon.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I got into like a Sonic kick. We found some Sonic blank covers at a convention because I think I want to get some Sonic the Hedgehog sketches done. Ooh. This is one done by Tyson Hensey, I believe his name is. He did the first couple issues of Sonic, and he designed all the artwork for Sonic Mania on the Switch and other video games, stuff like that. Exclusive #1 Sonic the Hedgehog book, and then also Transformers, a new IDW Transformers. This is the Comic Con exclusive that you can only get at the IDW booth.
That's what's up.
Good stuff there. I mentioned it before. One of my favorite podcasts is
11 O'Clock Comics. Had to do it.
You know, I did listen to 11 O'Clock Comics probably like 5 or 6 years. I listened to them for a long time. But I mean, our buddy Curtis and the Marvel Epic podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's great. He recently did a interview with Scott Liddell all about Gen X.
Yep. Haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, dude, that's great. You definitely need to listen to it. Or Generation X, that is. So I found Generation X Volume 1 and Volume 2, the trade paperbacks. There's no Epic collections or anything else like that.
Nope.
This is a 25th year anniversary of Generation X, and there's nothing announced. Doesn't seem like Marvel really is going to celebrate or even care that this wonderful series is now 25 years old. No omnibus, no nothing. But
are those hard to find?
I don't know. I found them at the Torpedo booth, our trade booth. Like coincidentally, I heard this podcast 3 days later. Oh. You know, I found it. Well, I wasn't working at the trade booth. I worked the vintage booth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I found those. So that's awesome.
They're not hard to find, but they are sadly, like Gabe said, that's it. Like they didn't do anything else. Like they have events like in if you have like the Operation Zero Tolerance oversized hardcover, or Onslaught hardcover. There's issues there, but that's it.
And then of course, Age of Apocalypse, you get Gen X.
Most of the Larry Hama stuff wasn't collected at all, if any. I think the only thing that was collected is the Warren Ellis run. It was part of the Counter X trade paperback set that came out about 10 years ago.
So these collect Uncanny X-Men 316 through 318, X-Men 36, 37, Gen X 1 through 4, and then Gen X 5 through 11 and Annual 95. So out of that 75 issue run series, plus you probably even count like Daydreamers or things like that in the run, you get 11 and an annual. It's all that's really collected.
So who is Generation X?
He's the greatest X-Men ever.
Yeah, it is. It's written by Scott Liddell. The art is Chris Bachalo, however his name is pronounced. These are a team of X-Men where their mutant powers is a burden to them and makes them ugly and is hard to live with, and you can't hide. Like with the normal like main 4 characters or the main X-Men storyline characters, most of them for the most part are attractive and their powers are easy to hide and things like that. So this is the opposite of that. You get introduced to characters like Penance Chamber. Chamber is one of the coolest characters. I don't know if you could see this or not. That the first time he used his mutant power, it blew off his chest, neck, and bottom of his face, and he can't turn it off. So that's the type of characters that are in here. You get Skin, who has like 400 feet of extra skin that his body stretches. It's not like Mr. Fantastic, where it's kind of cool and awesome. It's gross, where his skin literally just kind of just pulls off of his body. Not pulls off, but stretches off of his body.
It's the gross X-Men.
Yeah, it's the gross X-Men. It's basically the Morlocks you don't want to live in the sewers. So, but a lot of good stuff in here. There's a autistic child character as well. Jubilee's on the team. The team is led by a very unlikely duo of Banshee and the White Queen.
That's when she was on her first steps to like her redemption.
Being a good guy. Yeah. It wasn't for this, when the freaking stole Cyclops away from Jean Grey like a whore.
I want to say that
I don't want to slut shame her. Sorry. Not really.
I think Jess read the new run.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and so some of the characters appear in there, like Chambers in there, M is in there. And
I think a lot of characters got wiped out in M Day.
No, Skin is the only one that died. Like nobody gave a shit about him.
Skin was like the first Hispanic character I knew about.
Sync died in More Analysis run, and Skin died in issue 425 of Uncanny X-Men. Got killed off by Chuck Austin. Well, I think that's it. Everybody else is still around.
Okay. Yeah, I've read there's like 2 trade paperbacks that I've read of the current series that I enjoyed.
Well, that series got canceled, and that was it. Yeah.
Of course.
Because you enjoyed it.
Because I liked it.
Yeah. I know Peter was a big fan of it, too. It was okay. But I know that Peter really liked it, too.
And, I mean, as cool as this series is, and how cool I got these books is, it still isn't as cool as that last item I'm going to show you guys.
Okay.
All right. So that's singles, that's trades. Let me get to, let's do the Omnis next. Another great deal I found while on vacation or working cross country.
Yeah, Scotty Young.
I got the Oz Omnibus for dirt cheap at a booth at WonderCon. Nasty cheap. I think I got this for like $20, $25, something like that.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah. Also picked up, we've been talking about this, there's been a lot of discussion about these most recent Thanos Origin and Infinity books. I did get the super cool DM cover of this book. That one's great. Still not as great as that last item I'm going to show you guys.
I really hope you pull Jim Lee's dead body out of the bottom of the stack of books. And I'll be impressed.
All right, so let's move on to video games. Speaking of Jim Lee, there was a signing down in Orange County, California at our other store location. Mm-hmm. It was a Jim Lee signing, and I got my Wolverine NES game signed. Not just on the box, but also on the cart too.
Whoa!
Were you there to have him sign it, or did you have somebody get it signed for you?
No, I was there. I was.
What did he say?
He was just like, people sell these things now, right? And I go, I think he means like, why do I keep my old video games or something like that?
No shit, Jim Lee. Have you heard of digital media, kid?
Yeah. So like, he's like, what? People sell these, right? Like, you don't need this anymore. And again, with the Sonic the Hedgehog kick, I did pick up Sonic Mania.
Oh, that's such a great game.
Well,
you chose the right fun. You chose the right console too. Good for you.
Oh yeah, dude. I wouldn't play this on anything else besides the Switch. It's amazing.
It added 2 more furries on the Switch.
Oh god, you gotta love the furries. So if anybody out there remembers Sonic the Hedgehog from the Genesis and the Sega consoles, it's a great character, great games. The last few games released in the newer generation have all been kind of garbage and not the same, not what we wanted. But Sonic Mania is exactly kind of what we wanted. It's just basically Sonic all over again with the same type of graphics, just a little bit cleaner, and the levels are more detailed and expanded. So really cool game. Definitely pick that up if you're looking for any kind of like nostalgia video game gameplay with Sonic the Hedgehog. Picked up a loose copy of Super R-Type on the Super Nintendo.
It's a great shooter.
Spider-Man animated series on Genesis. The regular Spider-Man. This is the first Spider-Man game I ever remember playing. Spider-Man for the Genesis, or some people call it Spider-Man versus Kingpin.
You're gonna go down that rabbit hole, Gabe. It's gonna be
It's
too late.
happening.
You're gonna all those Omnis are gonna be replaced by Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and then eventually Sega CD cartridges.
Oh,
then you
man.
get the Sega Saturn realm, and then it's like you won't have a house.
Limited
Kids
edition
won't be-
Japanese releases.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if you want to do that. What else you got?
So, Battletoads and Double Dragon.
That was a good
Classic.
beat 'em up game. Not as hard as original Battletoads.
Speaking of beat 'em up games, remember X-Men on
Yes,
Genesis?
that was a classic.
This
Actually,
is a great one.
wait, no, I take it back. That one's junk. Sorry, Gabe. X-Men 2 on the Genesis was amazing. X-Men
that was great
1,
too.
the Super Nintendo one was good, but that one, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say junk. You paid for it, right? Sorry, my bad. That one's okay.
Yeah, I paid for it, but these things are like $5 complete, man. And it's X-Men.
Sometimes I
You
don't
get to
think
play
for
as
us.
Gambit. This is the first time you get to play as Gambit.
No, I know, but X-Men 2 was the bomb, man. And the Game Gear
Yeah, but you
games
know
were
how
good,
hard
too.
it is to find a copy of X-Men 2 not shredded to pieces?
Oh, I don't know how rare it is. I stopped caring when I gave up my cartridges.
It's not that
Good
it's
luck.
It's not in a hard case like these. It's in one of those that shitty cardboard box that Genesis started putting their games in, and they all look gross. I mean, they're all beat up in people's listings, so it's hard for me to find a copy that I want. It's
And
not
where
that
did you find these?
eBay. Oh, these
Oh,
ones I
okay.
found at a garage sale. I went to a garage sale for like the first time in years.
Now, in the
And I
garage
understand
sale,
why
did
I
they
don't
know
like
what
going
they
to
were
garage sales.
did they know what they were selling in the yard sale, or did you go and they're like, oh man, I don't know, I'll take $1 a piece for them?
No, they knew what they had, so I had to haggle and negotiate.
Yard sales are no fun anymore.
No,
People,
they know
fucking
what they want.
YouTubers, man.
Again, on the Sonic the Hedgehog kick, I got Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for Genesis.
Somebody broke that rule that's written on that
Not for-
box.
Not for resale.
Yeah, it totally got resold. So you guys might not know this because sometimes you guys disappoint me. But the last couple of weeks, it was the anniversary of The Matrix.
Oh,
So
I know what
Uh-huh.
2000 or from 1999 to now. So it's the anniversary. I believe it's March 30th. So I got a little bit of a return to my favorite movie kick, and I got Into the
that
Matrix
game.
on GameCube.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where you fight the twins and they die. Not in
Yeah,
the
and this is
movie.
like the real ending to the movies when
Mhm.
all of
But-
the agents form the one big agent.
Jess is so confused.
I am totally confused. I never knew it was a game for the GameCube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is great.
It was out on PS2 and Xbox. It was out on every console.
Yeah,
it
but I
was-
like GameCube better, for this game.
they're harder
For the
to
most
find
part.
too.
All right. So also on the Matrix kick,
God damn, what is that?
I knew it.
this is
I knew
I
it.
got the Matrix Hot Toys. My first hot toy.
How much?
Congrats.
How much is a hot toy, Geo?
It's in the 200s.
And
That's
look,
not too
it
bad.
has a nice window box. It's some glare, so you can't see much probably. But it is loaded with probably like 15 different guns. He comes with machine guns and pistols and everything. I can't wait to take him out of the box and pose him up. And so this is Neo, the Neo hot toy from Hot Toys.
You've been wanting that for a while.
Yep. Yeah. Wanted it for a while. I had it at the store staring at me for the longest time. And then I finally got around to getting it since I was gone. And I kind of wanted to treat myself a little bit. So, yeah. That's that. Still, that's not the coolest thing in my haul.
That's not the big
Oh,
thing in your
wow.
haul.
That's not the big
Oh.
thing in my haul.
Okay.
All right.
It might be Jim Lee's dead body.
This is the big
Dibs
thing
on his
in
hand.
my haul.
You stupid bastard!
I have, this is
Oh
a
God!
Uncanny X-Men 350. Signed by Joe Matt. I met him at San Diego Comic-Con over the summer, and he signed my copy of X-Men 350. It took this long for fucking CGC to get it back to me, and it came back a 9.8 also. Over there, it looks like this is an 8-point backwards line. But yeah, it's a So 9/8 signed Joe Mad. This thing is beautiful. This 350.
That signature just made it go up to $5.
Oh man! And what a wonderful $5 this is. This is going right next to my FF1. But this thing is beautiful.
What the fuck? Come on right now, Stanley and Jack Kirby are fucking flipping grapes, man. Trial of fucking Gambit.
Yeah, I knew you would love this, Omar. That's why I built it up so much. I was planning this. But this thing is beautiful in the CGC case. Like the prism foil, like really pops. So this is really great. And I like how in here it's Trial of Gambit on the label. Magneto appearance, wraparound gatefold cover, and on the back of the gatefold cover is my boy Maggot.
Oh, 2 for 1. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That might be the worst comic you've that was it, right? That was your big thing? That's not a red herring, you dumb bastard. All right, that was fun. So when did you send that off?
What's the date on here? June 21st.
Now for
July 21st.
July 21st. Wow. Holy fuck! That's that's almost a year. And I'm bad at math. Okay, so really quick for people that don't know that are in the chat right now, you just held up a CGC. How much does it cost to get a book graded by CGC?
Well, okay, so we're gonna fall into a little bit of a hole. It depends on the book itself.
So I guess not Golden Age or Silver, Modern Age, like
regular Modern Age book. With shipping and the invoice fees and things like that, it's about $45.
$45. Okay, what about that one? Because it's glossy and has a prism cover and maggots on the back.
Well, what changes? Exactly. Just what changes the pricing for this is it's the signature series. Regular, like the blue label stuff that's not signed, that's about $45. Signature series, it's about $54 for your first book and $37 for each book after that. And I got an X-Men 350 signed by Joe Mad. That's bad. Coolest thing in my haul.
You had that signed because you are an authenticator of signatures, so you could be like, "Hey, Joe Mad was there." Okay, so I've got a little side business you and I need to start.
Yeah, let me know.
All of a sudden, there's going to be an overabundance of FF1 signed by Stanley and Jack Kirby CGC.
All right, man.
On eBay.
I will authenticate those signatures and.
Well, they do. There is somebody that authenticates like dead people's signatures, right? I'm sure it's happened. Like somebody says, "Hey, I have a Dave Cockrum here, a giant size X-Men 1," and they send it off, and they're like, "Yes, this is really him." Like a fucking CSI building, like.
Sure. There's another grading company, CBCS. They do that. They authenticate signatures.
CGC does not.
Or authenticated signatures of CGC does not, because I'm guessing, I don't know their business practices, but I'm guessing it's because they make more than enough money doing it where it has to be witnessed. With the double label stuff, they have to be witnessed. You can't just say, "Hey, man, I got this sign. I have a certificate of authenticity," or you can take my word for it, or any of that.
Those guys are not popular at conventions, by the way. The CGC people, they came over to Jason Aaron's booth and Chris Claremont's booth, and we had to wait in line literally for almost an hour. These guys had 4 boxes full of books.
Wow!
And I kept asking questions. I was like, "Hey, how many of those have you read?" Like, but I think they actually hired the right guys, like, because people behind me were a lot brutal than I was. They were like, "Man, I really want to go up there and play," because these guys, I'm sure, are used to it. I kind of feel bad for them, like for
it's
being
their business too. I mean, you're going to get hated.
I don't think it's their business. They have a deal with conventions, right? Like, hey, we want to lock this guy in for an hour, so we go get 4 crates of CGC books signed. They pay the people that run the show, and then they pay the creator. Everybody's happy except for the guys waiting in line for over an hour.
I remember when we were at Baltimore, that's what the slow up with Mark Wade was on Saturday, Omar,
Oh yeah.
was when those guys came up and all the people were ready to get their stuff signed by Mark Waid, and somebody came up with a big box of stuff for Mark to sign. And yeah, that was kind of a pisser. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, normally they should set that up as like a private event, where it's not a part of their signing time with the fans. Usually, like what we would do is we would set up a time, like, hey, can we have an hour or two, at a certain time, and then get it done, and then do all the signings and that kind of stuff that way, as opposed to just going into the line and halting the line. That's not cool. That's fucked up shit. But it's also up to the creator, because I see creators do this too. Well, some guy would come up with a hand cart full of short boxes and want them to sign everything. And what he'll do is I'll sign 5 of your stuff for every 25 people that passes my line, and then I'll sign 5 more of your things, and do it like that, where he's working both angles. So that's also on the creators. They should be doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you guys get?
Go ahead there, Jess.
Okay, I got from David Codd. I said it yesterday, but it bears repeating. He got me a birthday present. I had lunch with him and Fariha on Saturday, and he got me these awesome variants, Harley Quinn and Supergirl. These
Michael Turner, the hardest working dead man in comics.
I know. I'm not sure how he pulls it off, but these
like
are
Tupac.
awesome. Yeah, exactly. So these are cool, and they're going to go on my spinner rack. So I was really pleased with these.
I like. No, I think they get them out. What is it, Gabe? Like they get his sketchbook out, and then DC, because they own the rights to the characters, they get a new colorist to color it. Because I remember Marvel did the same thing with his. What the hell did they do? Oh, it was the cover to Hulk, an issue of Hulk that he did, and even though he was dead before Red Hulk was created, they recolored it red and put a variant on it.
Oh.
Because they own the rights to the character, so technically they can do anything they want to with the artwork.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen a lot of times, where a creator will do like a commission for somebody, and then that turns into a cover.
Right.
So.
It's just weird when somebody's. I mean, Michael Turner's been gone since 2008. It's just.
Yeah, Michael Turner is the Tupac of the comic book industry. He still has more and more things coming out after his death.
Yeah.
And back in March, I put out a PSA to the group, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swapping Community, because I got jobbed out of a copy of Mad Archives 3, which was out of print. I pushed it off and didn't get it. And it all of a sudden became a $250 eBay Amazon book, which cover price was $60 on it. And all of a sudden, my order didn't come in, and the comic shop that I ordered it from said, sorry, it turns out we didn't have it in stock 6 weeks later. So I just put it up on the off chance that somebody might find it. And Eric Fedorchuk found it. Not only did he find it that day, it was like the 3rd week in March. Not only did he find it that day, he found it for 50% off. So it was $30, and he passed the savings on to me. So Eric is an awesome dude, a righteous dude. Mad Archives 3, which is a $250 book on Verschlingener, eBay, and Amazon. And he got it to me for 50% off. And Eric Fedorchuk, I totally appreciate it. That was a solid that you did for me, man. I really, really appreciate it.
I would have marked that damn book up. I would have been like, Jess, I found one, man, but it's $150, dude. But I like you so much, I'll put in my own $25 in there for you. So I'll charge you $125.
Yeah, Eric's not like you, man.
Yeah, Eric, we got to think ahead, man.
Yeah, no, Eric's what you call a good guy.
A good guy, good souls. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. That's awesome.
Yeah. What
else did you get, man?
I got. I felt there's a small bit of hype for Jacques Tardy. It was the War of the Trenches. Goddamn this war about World War One.
Yeah, welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about that book.
Yeah,
those two are some of the best war comics I have ever read.
And this thing's been out of print for ages.
Yeah, they brought it back like silently.
Quietly brought it back, and I was able to get it for $30 when this was like $150, $200 billion book. So I was very pleased to be able to get this. I got super baited into this one.
You're gonna love that, man. It is a amazing book, especially Volume 1. I think Volume 2 is good too, but the first one is fucking awesome.
Yay!
That's the second book they brought back that was a huge whale. The first one was the box set of Scrooge, the Don Rosa Scrooge McDuck, which I haven't done a good job on this channel baiting you on that because I don't see it up on your shelf.
Scrooge McDuck? No, you haven't super baited me at all on that.
It's got titties. and that's how you sell Jess on a book. That's all it takes.
Is that all it takes?
Yeah.
Holy smoke. Wow. Man, I suck.
Got Daisy Doug's titties.
Oh my god.
Sold.
I got The Strangers in Paradise Omnibus 25. I am number 75 out of 100, or not 100.
Oh, you got the
600.
limited edition.
I did.
Cool.
Out of 600. Yeah, it came with a print. And it is going to go next to my other Terry Moore things. I'm one of the few people that I have it right up next to my Jeff Lemire Essex County that Adam Maximilian doesn't own, since he owns all the he owns all those Essex counties in the world.
I have one.
Oh, that's right. You
found one, didn't you?
No, I got one for $17 off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, that was it.
It's the one with it's the signed and numbered one. I was supposed to have the hockey card, but I don't have the hockey card. But for $17, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate that I got the DM cover of Avengers 4.
That is very unfortunate.
That thing is awesome.
The Arthur Adams cover.
Fortunate.
Go away, Omar. You're gross. You are gross.
When did you bastard become snooty towards Arthur fucking Adams? Arthur Adams, guys.
That is just a dumb opinion.
Okay, Neil Adams. This is when the fucking
very much of a dumb opinion.
Oh my! Get Greg Land to do the cover or something.
Wow.
You just compared Arthur Adams to fucking Greg Land. Are you serious, maggot?
I compared the irrelevancy that they each have.
Clarify, I called him maggot, by the way. Guys,
they're both
Arthur Adams.
irrelevant. Dude, it has nothing to do with that Avengers run.
Neil Adams charges $100 a signature at convention, whereas Arthur Adams doesn't charge because he's such a good guy.
That had absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I wanted this cover.
Okay,
I wanted
subjective. You can enjoy your cover.
This cover is what I wanted.
Omar judges people on how much he can rip them off.
What the hell are you talking about?
So I can go
Jess,
and just get a million.
Jess has that cover because I didn't order that cover. So I didn't rip anybody off. As a matter of fact, Jess should be thanking me for letting him have that cover.
You said that Neil Adams charges money, so his cover is not good enough because Art Adams doesn't charge money.
That is
so
correct.
You're the guy that goes up to Art Adams with a hand card of short boxes going, sign all my comics because you don't charge.
No, I think I have one book signed by Arthur Adams. I'm not CGC, dude.
Good heavens.
The Arthur Adams cover is nice, but it's gross on that omnibus.
If I'd pick between the two, I'd side with Omar. I'd pick the Arthur Adams.
You guys are both crazy. God.
How the hell did I get yelled at? Like,
you guys. Oh, God,
you yelled at me.
No, I didn't. I said that you got the inferior cover, and then both you and Gabe jumped my shit.
Yeah,
and then I came to the defense and was like, "No, you're wrong." But
It's
anyway,
the comic cover, or else it's nasty. Always get to go for the comic cover.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Good luck getting all the Conan covers.
I have it.
I said all of them, not just the first one.
There's only one out.
There's gonna be more.
Well, then we'll see what happens then.
No, I've never been the DM guy. I think I only own like 3
no.
DM covers. So
I think I only own like 1 or 2 not DM covers, and that's Silver Surfer and because I had to. I couldn't turn down Silver Surfer. I found it for a good deal. And
yeah, you didn't have a choice.
And Incredible Hulk Volume 1 because that was gifted to me.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, thanks for the gross gift. No, I'm kidding.
You're an asshole. What about you, Jess? Do you have any non-DM covers?
I do. Iron Man 1 is a non-DM cover. It's the sucky movie cover because that's all I could find.
Oh man, you're so poor. Yeah,
I know, that's all I could find.
The movie cover, you can't give me shit about Arthur Adams anymore.
I know. That's all I could find. And I said, well, it's this or nothing, so I better grab it. And it's super sucky.
Yeah. Good thing.
And I never gave you shit about Arthur Adams. I just said I wanted Neil Adams. You're the one that gave me shit about Neil Adams.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I got a really forgetful memory, man. I'm sorry.
Problem. Do you think Neil Adams is inferior?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Depends on your taste, right?
Oh God, just turn.
You want to do a battle of the artists? Joe
No.
Mad versus Neil Adams. What now? Where would you land?
Oh my God.
Joe Mad and Neil Adams. We'll make it quick. Joe Mad and Neil Adams. Where would you land?
Neil Adams.
Wow, you're not a real Joe Mad fan. Take that fucking 350 and break it in half. All right, moving on. What else we got?
Moving on, I got
Neil Adams did a manga.
I really love Joe Mad better in everything, though.
And I really love Neil Adams. I'm just giving you all shit. Except for Odyssey, which I know Jess loves. All right, go ahead, Gabe. Jess, what else you got, buddy?
Volume 1 through 3 of 7 to Eternity. I decided I couldn't wait. So I decided to go ahead and get 7 to Eternity 1 through 3. I don't know when the hardcover's coming out. I don't know when the series is getting finished. I don't know. I haven't even read issue 1 yet, so I don't know a thing about it.
It's good.
I decided I couldn't wait and just decided to go ahead and buy it.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I think you talked me into it.
I was like, it's going to be a while before we get a hardcover.
I'm pretty sure you talked me into it.
I've never read it.
I also got The Authority by Ed Brubaker and Dustin Nguyen.
Yeah. Didn't even know that was a thing until somebody in our chat mentioned it the last time we were all together.
Right.
Because I hadn't read it. And I didn't know, because they were asking how good it was.
Right. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know Ed Brubaker wrote The Authority at any point.
Dustin Nguyen will be at Torpedo Comics Orange County doing a signing on Free Comic Book Day. Plug.
And BPRD Hell on Earth 5.
Fuck this.
Very nice.
This is all, I wasn't on last week, so this is all a couple of orders that I got. This is the Detective Comics 1000 cover I decided to go with.
I'm offended.
Yeah, that's not Arthur Adams, buddy.
That's also not Jim Lee from Torpedo Comics.
No, it's Bruce Timm, who I happen to like. And
you own the art of Bruce Timm's.
What about it?
The nudie book, right?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you own a booby book by Bruce Timm.
What's that got to do with anything?
No, I knew you were a big fan. I couldn't remember what it was that you had that I was very jealous because I wanted it too. And you said it was like out of print.
Hard to find too.
Oh yeah, way hard to find. Yeah. Also, one of my favorite characters, Angela in Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, that I can give you shit about. But I haven't read that book yet.
But feel free to give me shit about it.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. That's awesome.
I know you don't like
Angela's the greatest Neil Gaiman creation ever.
Speaking of Neil Gaiman,
look at that segue.
Yeah, good one. Sandman, Volume 3, Omni, which I've been waiting for to complete, and then Deadpool Minibus number 3. And that is what I hauled the past 3 weeks.
Do you know that Angela Spawn number 9 is probably the most expensive comic ever produced?
Yeah, you told us because of the lawsuits and stuff.
Yeah. I was reading up on that earlier.
Yeah,
I
think you told us.
Tommy Farland paid Neil Adams $100,000 to write that issue with no contract. It was just a kind of like a homie hookup handshake deal. And once that character, because he introduced a lot of characters in that book, not only Angela, but I can't pronounce the guy's name. That's like Spondmento Castellani, and Medieval Spawn. And then when those things took off, we got their own series, they got their own toys, and Angela kind of, sort of showed up in the Spawn movie. It went litigious afterwards, and you got like $100 million for it or something crazy like that. Neil Gaiman, and then he sold it to Marvel.
I don't think he cared. I think it was just a thing, right?
Yeah, I think he was
wanting to prove a point.
He was just rubbing it in his face. Yeah.
That guy, didn't he buy like 2 baseballs worth millions of dollars too?
I think there was a lot of baseballs he bought for millions of dollars. But also at the same time,
the home run baseballs,
crazy,
though, right?
Yeah, the home run balls. Yeah, or the steroid balls, whatever you want to call them. Every time I see him, I always ask him how his balls are doing.
And he replies,
yeah, he just looks at me weird. Didn't even talk about the baseball for a little bit. It takes him a while to realize what I'm talking about when I do it to him. But yeah, so I forgot where I was going with that, and I started talking about that balls joke, and I lost track.
Angela.
My sentence. Angela, yeah. So she showed up in all the movies and stuff like that, and like $100 million, and he was just wanted to rub it in Todd McFarlane's face and sold her to Marvel for Age of Ultron, which was really.
She was in the Spawn movie. She was in the Spawn movie.
There's this woman that you see that has like Spawn earrings on, like she did. She wasn't like officially in it. Oh, she was in a cartoon though. She was in a cartoon, so that might have been it also.
I love that Todd McFarlane's stance on the DC and Marvel, that he was like, I am never going to work for those 2 corporations ever again. And I think the last thing I saw that he's making toys for DC. Way to stand your ground. Money always talks, Todd.
Yeah.
All right, we need to get to the previews. Before we do, I'll go really quick. Shout out to my boy Kyle. He sent me a few things, and I read a few things. So, Jess, have you read this? Or Gabe, one of you has read this, right? Farmhand by, what is his name? Rob
Guillory?
Yeah. Either of you read this.
I gotta read that. I've heard so much good stuff about it.
Yeah, I read a couple issues of it, and it's great.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything then, but the guy that did Chew, right? The guy that drew Chew.
Right.
But it really surprised me, because I wasn't expecting much. Because, sometimes artists that tend to write comic books are either hit or miss.
Oh, there you go again, hating on the 90s, Omar. God.
What? Why are you taking this back to Image, man? I was talking about Tony Daniel Detective Comics run. Anyway, so it's about a guy that's like growing human body parts, and his son is going back to the farm with his kids. And man, it's just a lot of fun, and I wasn't expecting it to be this fun and addicting, and I highly recommend it. It's I think that this first trade only collects the first 5 issues, so I cannot wait for more of this. This is really, really good. The other book that I read really quick was Extermination. This is the story. Nobody probably has been keeping up with X-Men, right?
Nope.
This is the story that sets up the new Uncanny X-Men run. It's the 5-issue miniseries. Ed Brisson wrote it, and Pepe Larraz is the artist. He's the guy that's drawing one of the Jonathan Hickman books that's coming out. So one of the Age of X-Men, or whatever the hell they're calling that series now. But pretty much it's kind of like the bookend to all the original 5 and all the other mutants that have been stuck from different timelines and things like that. And the story's fun. It got me. There's a lot of death in there, and it comes with the territory of being X-Men. There's a lot of time travel in Cable. and the return of a big character, which I'm sure you all probably know by now because the spoilers are everywhere. But let me just show you a little more of this guy's artwork. I really enjoy his art. We actually met him at C2E2, and he did a sketch for Harry and Fariha. She has a really cool sketch from him. Like it's on his sign that says Pepe Larraz. So, got Ahab, and I was always a big fan of him coming back to hunt down these mutants. Yeah, he was cool, man.
I had his toy.
Oh, from the '90s line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, look at that. I love this dude's artwork. So I'm glad he's taking over one of those books. He's got a very Stuart Eminem, Oliver Copiel kind of look to his art, and he's fast too, so he can carry a monthly title. And that's one of my favorite things about artists, because I don't like when artists interchange, unless it's like the case of Ed McGuinness and Paco Medina in Avengers, because they have a very similar style.
Or when the book is delayed 2 years because you're Art Adams.
Or Joe Mad. Come on now. Who was the inspiration for Joe Mad when he did those issues of Excalibur? Enlighten me, Gabe.
Roger Cruz.
Get the fuck out of here. Roger Cruz can't even pick a goddamn style. I don't think anybody knows what the hell we're talking about unless they read stupid ass comics in the 90s. Anyway.
You knew the beef between Joe Mad and Roger Cruz.
God,
Cruz,
I remember one
Cruz
issue of
again.
Uncanny X-Men.
Yep.
Joe Mad put like Cruz swipes again. He's obviously talking about that guy.
Yep.
And then I got this because I know that this came from Kyle. This is Joyride, right? This is a big book that you like, Jess, isn't it?
Love that book.
Now, how many volumes are there in this?
3.
3, and that's it? That finishes out the story?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to have to jump on this. I've got a couple other books I need to read, and then this book right here, In Holy Grail. This is a Cullen Bunn book. It's by your boys at Aftershock.
Oh.
And
Have
of
you read
course,
it yet?
No. I'm currently finishing this up because I had to read Extermination, and then I've got this too. This is the Hawkeye Omnibus, which we're doing for Old Reader, New Reader tomorrow. And then I started reading this because it's the finale of the Transformers IDW Phase 3, which they're about to...
I really hope they put that in a hardcover, dude.
You know how scared I am when I saw IDW for sale? I was like, oh my God. Jess, I know you got money. Jess. Let's buy IDW. You like
dude,
Scrooge
that'd be
McDuck.
badass because their offices
come on, man.
these bungalows in San Diego right on the water. It's beautiful.
Jess, let's buy IDW. And I say I mean you. And I will be your guy that's like, hey, man, we need to get this license. We need to get this printed. Don't let Marvel take back my damn Transformers, Jess. That ain't going to happen. We need to money up, buddy.
Not just that. Not just as IDW's office is beautiful and they're on the shores of San Diego. They are right in the same courtyard as Stone Brewery.
Yeah.
If you guys like
there you
IPA.
go, Jess. Another reason, not for you, but for me, buy IDW.
We're in.
I feel like I haven't spoken about this book. But anyway, if you haven't been reading IDW's Transformer series, it is some of the best comic books that are currently being written.
Yes.
The downfall to this is that IDW, and I think this is part of the problem, bought a bunch of IPs, a bunch of toy IPs, and a bunch of cartoons from the 80s. A ton, including this character right here, which people have been wanting, omnibuses of from Marvel, so it ain't going to happen. So that's why everybody's like, well, Marvel's going to buy IDW, and we're going to get Transformers back. I don't want that to happen because we're never going to get a conclusion to their hardcovers. Marvel's just going to sit on that license and maybe reprint some of the books in some kind of epic format. But anyway... if you're not reading this run, this is a phenomenal run, and this finishes out the Phase 3 before the universe is revamped, like Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's got all kinds of characters from the Japanese series, from the toy lines that were never in the cartoon. It's amazing. I've only read the first 3 issues, and I am hooked. And like I said, it's weird to see other toy lines show up in here, like Mask and G.I. Joe, but it's all part of the same universe, and ROM, which makes it even weirder. And then I've been reading Hawkeye, which I'm halfway done. And this is my second time reading it. And I'm finding a lot of new things that I liked about it that I did not in the first read-through. So that is it. What about you, Gio?
Do I need to read Extermination to understand what's coming up in X-Men?
No, because I think you'll get confused.
Okay.
And I think, honestly, I can give in the chat, I can give you a quick little synopsis of what happened here, because there's time travel elements and characters that appear, and you're like, I don't why did this guy kill this guy? That doesn't make any sense. It's So no, not to read any of the new stuff, and I don't think you're gonna need it at all when they scrap it all when Jonathan Hickman takes over anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Dude,
Gio.
that Transformers series is fantastic. I mean,
Yes,
it's
it is.
great. It's not just great Transformers comics, just great comics in general. And the hardcovers are beautiful.
Really quick, sadly, Rick Nelson, no, that is Phase 2. Phase 3 is where this is the bookend to Phase 3. So they haven't even started a Phase 3 hardcover collection yet. That's why me and Jess are going to put our money together, and we're going to buy IDW.
That's a solid purchase. Good investment right there.
Best advice ever, Jess.
Yep.
Gio, what'd you haul or read, my friend?
Nothing. So you can keep going.
You didn't haul or read anything?
Nope. It's been a weird week, but yeah, I just hauled a new computer, but that's it.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Hell yeah, that's a haul.
Yeah, that's a bigger haul than most of those, probably.
What did you end up getting? Did you get a MacBook?
Yeah, I just upgraded my Mac to the 2017 or 18 model, I think. I don't know. It's pretty solid. It runs pretty fast. But yeah.
You got that stupid emoji like key bar at the top?
I have a status bar right here. It lets me do all sorts of neat things.
Like emojis.
Yeah. I can do emojis.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yep. But yeah, I haven't got anything or hauled anything. So yeah.
Hey, don't be putting stuff about booby books in the chat.
Who are you talking to?
You
talking to me?
Wait,
yeah, of course I'm talking to you.
I'm a freaking classy guy. I called them boobies. What'd you want me to call them?
Nothing. Don't bring them up.
Trays.
That's not the way to get my money to buy IDW.
Okay, you know what? I'll make you a pie chart, and I'm going to show you some ups and downs. We'll talk statistics and numbers, and we'll buy IDW. My bad. No more mentioning the booby books. I just wanted to create a line for you. Can you imagine that? Jess's booby books line? That would be great, man.
It'd be tasteful.
Very tasteful. That's how we lure people into reading good comic books. Apparently, that's what's happening at Dynamite, because Maddie was telling me, like, Vampire, like, all the covers by Jeffrey Scott Campbell have nothing to do with the actual story content inside. Kind of in the way that Witchblade was when it was written by, like, Ron Mars. Do y'all remember that? And that covers by Adam Hughes of, like, Witchblade sitting in a hot tub with all her friends. And meanwhile, she's, like, on top of a snow mountain inside the issue.
The 30 comic book company is called Zenoscope, and that's all they do. They're disgusting.
Yeah, but I feel like the inside of those books match the covers, because they're the ones that always have the ladies at conventions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the covers are beautiful, and then the inside, it looks like, Timmy's first comic book art.
Gotcha.
Yeah, comparatively.
Where were we?
How awesome!
About to hit the previews page.
Previews.
All right.
All right. Previews. Who wants to share? Gabe, you're really good at that. And Jess, you got the email handy?
Yep.
There we go. All right. So here we go, everybody. This is the reason everybody's here. Not really. I'm sure they're all here just for Jess. But here's
me.
He pulls the numbers.
Right. Sure.
Yeah. So, but here's a look at this week's releases for the week of April 10th, 2019. Starting off with Image Comics and Kick-Ass, a new Kick-Ass. It's a new girl Kick-Ass, so spoilers, but it's in the title. And it's volume 2. Then we got Rose, volume 3.
I will be getting that.
Will you also be getting Unnatural?
I don't think I know anything about that.
No, it's a weird. I just based on the covers and things like that. It looks like it is Miss Piggy if she was a Instagram model.
What?
Okay,
no, I don't know anything about that.
Do click on that.
Hey, Unnaturals is pretty good. I've read it.
Is it Miss Piggy as the Instagram model?
Wait, isn't this the book that Gio reviewed and he got a bunch of crap for?
Yeah.
Like somebody called him a pervert, which, I mean, they could be right, but not for the reasons of reading this book. Did they think it was smut or something?
Yeah, because it's anthropomorphic animals and it's about romance and all that stuff. It's more social commentary. It's a little not safe for work. So people were like, "Oh, you're a creep for reading this."
There's some really, really creepy covers.
This is not what you should be telling Gabe. Not a manga. Just to put it out there.
It's a manga written in the correct order.
It's written by a lady.
What does that have to do with anything? I mean that you could read it left to right.
Thanks. What's Rose about, Jess?
I haven't. I have the first two. I haven't read them yet. I need to get the third one, and then I can read it all.
Can we go back to Unnatural real quick? And I have to kind of admit something to you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh boy, how many times have you? Nope, not gonna ask.
No. I own. I think it's issue 8 because Joe Mad did the cover.
Okay.
Okay, so if anybody here knows what it is, it's you.
I haven't read it. I just got it for the cover, like everybody else that buys comics today. It's Joe Mad, dude. Stop.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking it.
It's a good cover, though.
Yeah, the Joe Mad one is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Dark Horse Comics. We got definitely Morpheus hardcover. I have no idea what that is, and it's written by a board game. Apparently,
it's written by a board game.
Yahtzee.
Yes, it's written by Yahtzee.
Gotcha.
Yahtzee Crosser?
Get some culture and read backward books. Thank you, David God. Thank you. Culture.
Right, Disney Princesses, Two-Fisted Tales. These are always really cool. I like the
Hell yeah, EC. You have those library editions, don't you, Jess?
EC Archives?
Yes.
I have some of them, yeah.
What are your favorite ones?
I like, let's see, Shock Suspense, Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt, Crime Suspense Stories, and Weird Science. Those are the ones that I have.
I need to get more of the Shock and Suspense.
Yeah, Shock and Suspense is good.
I don't have any of those. I don't have any of that stuff. There was a point when I was trying to hunt down the originals, like the actual comics. That just got out of control and crazy.
There you go. Travis Gilmer's going to get Unnatural, Geo. He's got you.
Yeah. All right. Good job. Good man.
That's another one for the list. All right. Hellboy hardcover art of the motion picture. This is something for Luis.
That book, please.
Yeah, Luis will be up for that.
Yeah.
The art of the movie.
For those of you playing at home, Luis is already pre-hating the Hellboy movie. Hardcore.
Yeah. I think so is Neil Marshall, the guy that directed it.
All right, and then we got Clyde. I have no idea what Clyde is. Looks like a bear ready to just punch the shit out of this butterfly.
I dig that cover.
He is pissed at this butterfly.
I am digging that cover.
Oh man. He's like, I'm gonna pull you hard, I'm gonna rip your wings up and pull you by the nipples. He's mad. I'll get into the store. I kind of want to check it out. All right, so on to DC. DC's got a big week, everybody. I hope we sent out the IST gift card to our winner last week, so he can use it on probably one of these big books. Starting off with DC is Absolute Scarlet hardcover.
That is 50% off.
Oh, we haven't been asking you this whole time. Is this the first 50% item so far?
It is.
Okay. So, Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev. This is the first 10 issues. I think that's the first 2. That's the first 2 volumes of Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
This was solicited a while ago and canceled. Because it's DC now. And here it is. It is finally out. We all expected or suspected that it was canceled, so that it could include the newest series, the first series from DC in this collection, but obviously not. So we were all wrong. but that's $75, and it's half off through DCBS. So that's a good read. And then next up, all of us here on this panel, Gio wasn't here at the time, but I'm pretty sure he agrees with us that Super Sons is one of the best comic books ever put out, and that Omnibus is a must-own. Mm-hmm. And here is the follow-up with Adventures of Super Sons Volume 1.
Nice.
And then we have Catwoman Volume 1. This is the Joelle Jones series that picks up right after Batman 50, the controversial, not really controversial, nerd-raged Batman 50 issue.
This also is 50% off.
Ooh, that's a great deal.
And so is the next book.
Oh, so we have Death and Return of Superman Omnibus. This is the new edition. This is technically the third omnibus put out for Death of Superman. There was one put out a long time ago that was really a smaller trade paperback. There's the volume 2, which is the one I have, and then here's volume 3. And Omar's going to need to help me out with this because I know he did a video on it, but this particular volume here excludes a couple issues that's included in the second volume, but then at the same time it has a couple issues that
this includes the other one. This includes the annuals, the Bloodline annuals, and then it also includes one of the one-shots that wasn't previously.
Oh yeah, the legacy thing, right?
But then it excludes a lot of the beginning of the story. I don't know. I don't know. Like, part of me in my video, I said I would love to think that DC actually mapped this out with Exile in mind and then John Byrne's omnibuses in mind. But then I know that's not true. I mean, I would love to think that, but I don't think that's true at all. I think they were just like, hey, 3rd edition, woohoo! We'll get these interns to do it and map it. Look, I put this fold-out pages in here. Awesome, $150 money stamp on it. I don't know, man.
Dude, but that's the thing about this book that made me question wanting to buy it for a little bit is this is the first time ever in a collection that they reprinted the triple fold-out gatefold page of the Death of Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is true. It's I got baited on that from I think it was Dan Jurgens' tweets.
Yeah.
So I know you own the Absolute Wildcats book, and that's got those fold-out pages.
And it's
this
amazing.
This is the first time that an omnibus has done this. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I'm on the fence until tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when my fingers like, do it, bitch, do it. I don't know. I like to think I'm stronger than that because I spent a shit ton of money in March. So I don't know. I'm still on the. I like to say I'm still on the fence. I'm sorry, Rick. I know I told you to get it.
Never trust Omar. Omar's the worst.
Wait a minute, Jess, are you getting it?
No.
Jess, you need this book, dude.
No, I don't.
Do it. You gotta have it. This is the better edition.
No,
throw that one away. Throw it away. Give it away on OmniBroslive.
Not today, Satan.
What the fuck, Satan? All right, what else we got?
So we got Elseworld Superman trade paperback volume 2. Fortune and Glory. Some of you might not know this. Fortune and Glory, true Hollywood comic book story. This is a graphic novel that Brian Michael Bendis that did the writing on and the art on. And it's all about him and his escapades trying to get scripts sold to Hollywood and working for Hollywood and going through the whole Hollywood movie machine and great stuff like that. So this is really, really cool. This is if anybody's ever read Jinx, this is when he was shopping around Jinx as a movie. And I think this book opens up with the story where Brian Michael Bendis is talking with the executives from the movie studio, and the first thing they ask is, can you set this in space? So pretty funny, a lot of anecdotes and stories about that. So if you want to try something different, Fortune and Glory is really fun. All right, so after that, we got Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth hardcover. I think Geo was a deluxe edition or not.
I think it's standard size. I might be wrong.
Yeah, that's the question. Terrible.
That's the end of the Abnett run, if anybody's wondering.
And then we have a Plastic Man trade paperback. And DC is still reproducing all of Jack Kirby's Fourth World stuff in separate volumes. So here's Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, trade paperback.
When is that Plastic Man run from? Is that from the 60s?
No, this is the recent stuff.
Run.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need to be in touch with your female writers.
I am totally out of touch. I had no idea she did Plastic Man. That's awesome.
Live on Omnibros Live.
That's recent. She did this
like a year ago. That's just recently.
Man, I am way out of the loop on that. That's awesome.
I think it's a 6-issue miniseries.
Look, you can look at it like this: when you order your Death and Return of Superman, you just throw this in there.
Which I am not doing. I will just get this, and that's it.
In the end, I'm saving you money, Jess, and you'll thank me later.
I don't see it that way.
When that Death and Return of Superman sells out,
that's not going to sell out anytime soon. Omar, you're the one. You need to convince yourself not to get it because I know you are. It's going to be on in 2 weeks. You're going to have that in your haul.
I'm going to stay away from the internet tomorrow.
Yeah, liar. All right, so now on to Marvel Comics. We have another introduction into their awesome epic collections with Avengers, Fear the Reaper, which I have no idea what this storyline is. I think this is back in the 90s.
All you got to know is Leather Jacket Avengers, my friend. Yep. Bob Harris and Steve Epting. And
Vision is the White Vision, like the resurrected Vision or whatever.
Yeah, from John Byrne's Vision Quest. Oh, this is my jam. I love this time of Avengers. Black Knight. That dude's the man.
Crystal's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that in the Infinity Endgame we're gonna get a white Vision. So speculating on that book.
Well, he was already white. At the end of what's it called? Infinity War, remember?
He was gray, but he was dead.
I don't see color.
Wow. All right, and then Avenging Spider-Man complete collection.
First appearance of Captain Marvel, right?
That is
Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel.
Danvers. Yep, this is the first appearance of that in there. That's just like 1 or 2 issues. Marvel's Decades, 1970s, Legion of Monsters, Iceman and His Amazing Friends. This is a spin out of like the first Iceman series that got canceled, and it turned into this mini series, and then it moved on to another ongoing series. Mighty Avengers by Dan Slott, complete collection. We got
and Christos Gage, because he also helped with that.
Mm-hmm. And then we got Marvel Masterworks Avengers Volume 19.
Those are both 50% off.
Wow, that's a deal. Those things are getting more and more expensive. Runaways by Rockwell and Anka. I haven't read any of this stuff. Maybe Omar has.
I've read the first 2 volumes and I did not like it, but it was somebody else writing it. I haven't read this volume yet.
Okay. Spider-Man Deadpool Volume 8. I'm really impressed that this thing hit Volume 8. This is probably one of the highest numbered series going on right now. I think it's like 47 was like the newest issue. 48, something like that. All right, and then Star Wars Volume 10. Dynamite's got some shadow book no one cares about. Moving on.
You're so judgmental.
Boom Studios has got Fraggle Rock, something called Mech Cadet, and then Planet of the Apes Artist Tribute. And then down here is all the weird, wacky, gross stuff that Omar likes.
Yeah, like the complete life and times of Scrooge McDuck. How dare I?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
you suck. I'm not taking advice from a man that owns the Trial of fucking Gambit in 9.8 CGC. Hey, wait a minute. Knights of Sidonia Masters Edition, Geo. I'm all about that life.
Nice.
I love those Master Edition books.
And, well, here's the Stranger in Paradise omnibus that Jess already has.
I've got it, too. I picked mine up at the convention, though. Jess has the limited edition with the print.
Oh, you didn't get that?
No, but he signed mine. And actually, he signed mine, like, #1 hardcover ever signed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I didn't ask him to, but it was like the first book that he got out of the box. It was really nice.
That's really cool.
All right, and that's that. All right. I wonder what everybody in the chat is getting. I'm sure they're all getting Superman because of Omar.
Not because of me, because of that fold-out page, dude.
That fold-out page almost got me, dude.
That fold-out page is worth $150, my friend.
Yes,
Every
Cleveland Brown.
penny of it.
Cleveland Brown, Trial of Gambit is awesome.
That book. Unfortunately, Gabe knows a secret of mine about the Trial of Gambit, so he can't. I can't give him too much shit about it. But is that it then? That's all. All right, I am gonna go watch Game of Thrones to get ready for this weekend. I'm gonna go watch the last season. Last season starts on Sunday. Got to get ready for it by watching the previous season.
I'm gonna go finish the episode I was on for Umbrella Academy.
That sounds like a plan. And Gio, Gabe, what are you guys gonna do?
I don't know.
You don't have
wallow in despair. I don't know.
What?
You're the positive guy. Yes, Death of Superman Omnipool is 50% off.
No, I'm probably going to read some manga. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Gabe, you're gonna crack open that Trial of Gambit and
why would I crack it open?
Read it.
Oh, I did. I got the trade paperbacks. I could read that.
All right.
No way, man. That thing is. I can't wait. Like I said, I'm putting that right up next to my FF1.
Okay.
No line, I'm not going to Phoenix Con. My next con will probably be San Diego.
Awesome. That's a good con. All right, Jess.
Okay, Omar, where can they find you on the internet? Wait, before I say that, let's find out about where we can find our collected editions up to 50% off. That would be InStockTrades.com. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Almost 50% off, where you can find your Death of Superman omnibus that Omar's going to get tomorrow.
And to answer a question in the chat, no, it's not limited. There's going to be plenty of copies, so no rush. But get it anyways, because if you don't have it, that's a book that people need to have. Like, if you don't have it, it should be a part of your collection.
And if you have the second printing,
Watchmen,
your friends are going to make fun of you.
And Trial of Gambit, it needs to be right there with all of that.
People are asking what Marvel is 50% off. I think just the Marvel Masterworks were the only things Marvel that were 50% off.
Not the Epic?
No, I'm looking right now. Yeah, no, those are the only Marvel things that were 50% off.
But everything else is still like, what, 42% off? Or
yeah, everything else is like 42% off.
So...
and in the coming quarter, next month or two, maybe next week, maybe next month, there's going to be an Omnibroslive discount code for InStockTrades.com. If you're in the United States and you order $50 or more worth of comics, you get free shipping. Fabulous customer service always comes with your IST order, as does fabulous shipping. Fabulous packaging, I meant to say. It's getting late, and I'm old. I'm an old man. Fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Oh, boy.
That should be part of the
Omar. Yeah, it should be. I'm an old man.
I'm old.
I'm an old man. I get my comics from IST.com. Omar, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Near Mint Condition is the name of my YouTube channel.
And what's going on tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we are talking about Matt Fraction's Hawkeye Omnibus. So that's what we are going to talk about.
Nice.
Second read-through. It's the ladies' first read-through. And then Jess is going to join us next week when we talk about Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow.
I can't wait.
Did you read that? Did you read that?
It's not as good as his Batman run.
Oh my God! I'm going to jump off a roof.
Did you read it already, Jess, or no?
Great.
I have never read it. No.
Okay. I like.
Oh, you're in for a treat, man. It's solid.
It's good.
Solid.
That's what I hear. I'm looking forward to it. Gabe, where can they find you on the internet?
You find me, Gabe Infinity Watch, on Instagram, where I'm posting shirtless pictures. You can also find me on the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group as well, and in here on OmniBros Sundays and Mondays.
And Gio, the man of manga and anime and all things pop culture.
All right. Well, you can find me at A Week in Geekdom here on YouTube, where I talk about all that fun stuff. A Week in Geekdom. There you go.
Very nice.
Oh, really quick. Holy shit. DC just announced the list of books they are unleashing on the DC Universe app.
Yeah, it's everything. They didn't put up.
It's literally a bunch of Golden and Silver Age and Bronze Age stuff. So that's where all your Omnis are going. The DC fucking app.
Is that right?
Yeah, seriously, man.
I'm gonna know if that's gonna cause the price to go up anytime.
Like it's Action Comics 51 through 105, and then 267 through 478.
Oh, you mean all the stuff nobody wanted?
Well, it's the stuff that also, like, a lot of that stuff hasn't been collected or seen any kind of reprints. So it's interesting the way they're going about it. So I guess we'll see.
Wait, Action 50 through 100 wasn't in like those 17.
They are, but 267 through 478. The later part of that.
The 262 is the first Supergirl, I think, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Guess?
Maybe.
252.
Either way, yeah, that's cool because that's pretty interesting.
But yeah, they just unleashed a whole crap of stuff. So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to cut you guys off.
No, that's interesting.
Everybody have a good night. You all have
Omnidog here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Omnidog's Vault on YouTube.
Sorry, I got excited about. Okay, let me start over. Let me start over again. Hold on.
No, it's
holy
fine.
shit! DC Universe app just unleashed a bunch of stuff. Hey, speaking of that, Jess, it's Golden Age stuff. Where can they find you on the internet?
I got my plugin. That's cool.
Omnidog's Vault. That is right.
That is right. I got my plugin. That's cool. Okay, everybody. Thank you to the chat tonight. It was great. Everybody had a great haul, and the chat was wonderful tonight. And we appreciate everybody watching. Please give us a like. It helps us on the algorithm somehow.
It helps us sleep better at night too.
Yep,
right.
That's true.
Somehow. And visit IST, our fabulous sponsor. And peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you very much and good night.